All right, there she is. There is the beautiful Ego 56 volt electric battery powered 21-inch mower. This is the Select Cut, which is the best of this model. Today we're going to unbox this thing. We're going to discuss why I chose to go with it. We're going to go with some of the features, actually most of the features, and then we're going to give it a test. I live in the country, and we'll take a look at my specific situation, and we're going to discuss whether this mower is right for you and whether you should take the plunge and join the dark side, or, well, I guess it would be the light side since it's the eco-friendly, better version for our environment, supposedly. Let's quit talking and let's open this thing up and take a look at it. Okay, so here it is. First and foremost, this is the Select Cut 21-inch model. It comes with a 7.5 amp hour battery. They boast that it could cut up to an hour. It comes with the cool multi-blade system, and this is supposed to be the best of the best that they have. And these run in my area $700 USD. But Ace had it on sale for $599.99, so I did a price match with Lowe's, and then that way I could pick it up through my local Lowe's instead of having to deal with Ace. And I'm just more familiar with Lowe's, and they usually give me veterans discounts on most things, so it's always a plus. And I love dealing with Lowe's just in general, and I'm sure a lot of people have varying opinions on Lowe's and all that. But let's go ahead and open this thing up, and we'll go over some more of the features and discuss why I chose this. All right, so first and foremost, this box weighed about 100 pounds. I think it was like 98 pounds, which isn't that much, but it's when it's one person wrestling, quite a long, awkward box from a 100-foot sidewalk, from the truck into the garage and back out of the garage. It's a little heavy for one man, so just keep that in mind. All right, so first off, right off the top, it boasts the Arc Lithium 56 volt battery. And this one actually comes with the 7.5 amp hour battery with the fuel gauge. And the fuel, I'll show you what the fuel gauge is later. It's actually kind of a nice little addition. So there's what we're looking at inside the box. And right on the top comes with our different Select Cut blades. There is a couple of different routes you can go depending on whether you're mulching or you're bagging. There's a high lift blade in here. I did a ton of research before I actually dove down this tunnel. So let's go ahead and see what else we have. So right on the top of this side, we have the quick charger, 56 volt quick charger, and it has a gauge on the top that says 25%, 50%, 75%, 100%. It has vents right down in here, and these vents are what the fan actually blows inside so that it keeps the battery cool while it's charging. Okay, so next, right on the top is our battery. As a note, if you choose to order this type of mower, battery-powered mower, they will ship the battery separate most often because of the shipping policies and the dangers of shipping batteries, and they have to have hazmat warning on them. So here's our battery. What else is in here? Right on the top, this is the frame for our bagger. We'll get rid of our cardboard. This is a little attachment that goes, you lift up where the bagger goes, you hook this in, and it turns your mower into a side discharge. It's actually kind of back behind the deck and discharges out. So there's that piece. On the top is our nice little handy dandy manual. Here is the bag that goes around the frame for the bagger attachment. What's that leave? I think that only leaves the mower itself in here. So let's go ahead and open this guy up. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, so there it is, exactly how it comes right out of the box. It's all collapsed nice and neat. The first thing you'll note is the beautiful, stylish coloring. This deck is actually a poly deck. Yep, plastic. It's a special kind of plastic. And now some people find that as a negative, especially a brand new user who really didn't research or doesn't know much about these type of electric mowers. they'll be a little off-put. They'll say it looks kind of like a toy or feels light like a toy and not sturdy and strong like a metal deck. Well, the thing about a metal deck is metal rusts. After time, a metal deck on a push mower will eventually rot out. Even if you're taking pretty good care of it, they do rust, and it's unavoidable. It's just nature, it's natural. This plastic deck will make sure that it will not rust, and it's gonna last quite a while. So let's take a walk around here. Right off the bat, it says exceeds over 60 minutes of runtime, 7 foot-pounds of torque. So this model is the LM2135 SP. So the LM stands for lawnmower. The SP stands for self-propelled, because this is the self-propelled version. You can buy the non-self-propelled, the push mower, and it will not have the SP at the end. And it took me a little bit looking over it before I figured it out, because Lowe's has a model that's $400, and I was like, wow, $400, it's a 56 volt, it's a push mower. It's not the Select Cut. It doesn't come with the multiple different blades. It has a less amp hour. It comes with a 5 amp hour battery. It doesn't have the fuel gauge on the battery like this one does. So there's a lot of difference between the very cheapest base model and this guy right here. So let's just do a quick full walk around here. Right here is the back where the bagger actually hooks on. And you notice it has a plate already in here, a piece of plastic. This makes it mulching. By keeping this in, that keeps the grass inside under the deck, and it essentially turns it into a mulcher. Now, if I want to make it a bagger, I take this out, I hook my bagging attachment on right here on the back, and then now it's a bagger. Now, if I want to do a side mount, I can take this and stick my side chute right here, stick it in this guy, see if I can get a better look, stick it in just like that, and now it's going to eject the clippings out the side behind the rear right wheel. So that's the back side of this thing. Let's go ahead and walk on around. One complaint that doesn't stack up compared to some other mowers are these wheels. These wheels actually are really sturdy, but they are more of a plastic wheel than a rubber wheel. So let's go ahead and first open this thing up and take a good look at it. So how do we open it up? I've never used one of these before, but I've watched some videos, so let's see how much they taught me. Pull the handle, lift it up, clicks right into place. That's halfway done. So next, we need to extend it. How do we extend it? Right here. Let's unlock one side, unlock side 2. Woo, feel that glide. One-handed operation, look at that. One hand lock, one hand lock. Boom, there you go. Now we have it straight upright where we can actually push this thing. Let's look at our controls. So right here up on the top, what do we have? We have this guy, controls our speed for our self-propelled. Faster, up, slower and off, down. So there's that. Here is your go. Now if I want to engage my blades, I gotta push this down and pull this up at the same time. It's a lot easier with 2 hands, obviously. And then you hold it and that keeps your blades moving. I don't have the battery in, but that's what you do to make your blades go. And then you push this to make you go. So this makes your self-propelled go on the top. This makes your blades go on the bottom. To actually engage the blades, you push that and then pull up. Now it's engaged. See how it holds down when you're holding the bar up? And now it pops up. That's as easy as it is. Other items. Up here, LED light button. This turns on the LED lights in case you get saucy and you want to mow in the dark. Right there. Got LED headlight 1, LED headlight 2. And that's a pretty cool option. I doubt I'll ever use that, but it's neat to have it. And I would assume that helps drain the battery a little faster. So yeah, you probably wouldn't want to use it unless you have to use it. So next piece. This is where our battery goes, right here in the middle, right here. Pretty easy. Look, one finger flip up, pops up, and it will stay up if you get it all the way up there. Your battery simply slides right into here. It clicks as soon as it gets down. To take it out, to unclick it, you just pull up and you slide your battery out. Easy peasy lemon squeezy on that one. So let's put that back in. We'll shut that. Now the next important thing, we gotta adjust this thing before we can ever use it. This is one of the coolest features on this mower. It is so easy to adjust. I watched so many videos and I was like, wow, I've never had a push mower that did that. You literally pull over and you slide it up to your setting. There's a 3. It's easier if I can hold the back wheel so it doesn't just roll on me. There we go. Now I want to go all the way up. Boom. I just adjusted the whole thing. No 4-point adjustment on this guy. That adjusts all 4 wheels all in one big swoop. Pretty sweet. So then it has also the nice little handle on the front, and this was great for whenever you store this thing, or which I'll fold that down here in a minute and we'll take a look at that. So I think that's about it for just the walk around and the main viewing features. Let's collapse this thing back down and look underneath of the hood. Easy peasy, 1, 2, we'll slide it down in if I can get to it. There we go. Slid right down. Lock those back in place. Snap, snap. And now we want to fold the handle in right there. Oh yeah, you can adjust down to make it lower if you're a taller person, but that's not what I was trying to do. See, it says right here on the side, quick adjust lever, fold it all the way down, high, medium, low. And that's for the length of this bar and for if you're taller or a shorter person. So now let's push it in, take it all the way back up. Folded it all the way in. Still got this advertisement on here. I'll cut that off in a minute. Let's just rip that off. Ah, ha, ha, ha. All right. That one's kind of on there better. Let's see if I can get it off one-handed. She's a tricky one. We'll leave it on there for now. So you've got it all folded up all nice and all tight like this, and now you want to store this thing. Grab your handle under here, flip it right up. Boom. That's how you store this guy. Pretty impressive. Doesn't take up much space, and you don't have to worry about the oil or the carburetor because there is no carburetor. This thing's battery powered, man. And so then underneath, let's take a look at our blades. This is a 2-blade system right there. So there's 2 different blades, or it actually comes with 2 extra blades, and you can replace this secondary blade for different styles of mowing, whether you're mulching or you're bagging or you want a high lift. That's your 3 different blades right there. We're gonna start out when we test this thing, we're gonna leave it exactly how it is, and we're gonna try different methods. We're gonna try mulching, we're gonna try bagging, and we're gonna put it through a torture test. But I think that about covers the unboxing, the general layout, and the mower itself. All right, so real quick, we're gonna take a look at this battery and charger. Let's look at this up close. Okay. This is the most expensive part about these mowers is the replacement. If you need a replacement one of these, you're looking at upward of around $300. They are not cheap. And then they make some 10 and 12 amp hour. They make a 10 and 12 amp hour, which is just ridiculous prices. So let's take a look here. Man, that's a beast. There's how big this thing is compared to my hand. So that probably weighs, I don't know, 10 pounds right there itself. So here is the fuel gauge I was talking about. And it's got different little bars. It's got 5 sectors, 5 quadrants. So essentially each quadrant is about a 20% charge. And this is straight out of the box, never charged. So let's see what it does. So yeah, 1 bar shows up. So it's got at least enough juice to show a single bar. Right there, never charged. So these things have been tore open by many people and shown and actually tested. And these are like one of the best batteries, lithium batteries on the market. It's quite impressive, the technology that went into designing this battery. And this is why one of the main factors for me going with the Ego. The other obviously is the power and just the amount of reviews and the amount of people that loved this specific model and this specific brand. The Greenworks was a close second for me after doing a lot of research. And then there's a lot of other ones like the Cobalt 80 volt, and then DeWalt has one, and there's a whole lot of other brands that have their own battery powered. But this, to me, is the Tesla. This is the Tesla of the battery powered mowers. So now if we were going to charge this thing, it literally just goes here, it slides right in, it clicks in, the fan will blow and keep it nice and cool, and it is a rapid charger, and it has the quick gauge right here, and easy peasy. I wonder what watt this thing uses. Right there. It is up to 550 watt. That's a lot of juice going through this little guy here. That's pretty impressive. So there you go. Now let's move on. All right, let's check out this thing charging. Let me get kind of close so you can hear. You can hear that fan blowing. I can't really feel it. It's blowing directly onto the battery, and it's showing it's working on that second quadrant. Up here though, it's showing 25%, so maybe it's a little over 20%, but not quite. It's moving its way up. Let's see if it's getting hot at all. It's been on for a couple minutes. It's not warm at all. It still has that pretty new electronic smell. So the charger, I can feel a little bit of heat, just a little bit of warmth there. This thing's pretty sharp. Right here is where the air is sucking in there and blowing into the battery, keeping those cells nice and cool to prevent any kind of damage, and probably to help with longevity on this guy. This thing's pretty nice. Okay, so there's our battery. It's charging away. We'll get this thing charging, and then we're gonna put it to some testing.